So today I'm going to be making chocolate ones, and it's really tasty and really very simple. All you need is pretzel sticks and some chocolate that you can melt. So I got some dark chocolate and some white chocolate, and I have some decorations. And so we can all assemble these in a bit. First I'm going to put in some of the chocolate to melt in the microwave. I'm going to do that now because it's going to take, well, under a minute. Be right back. So, while that's in, I'm going to show you what sprinkles I have. So there's desiccated coconut. This is pink flakes that are basically just white chocolate flakes with a bit of food coloring. And then some colorful sprinkles. So I'm looking forward to using these. Good. So the fun thing about white chocolate is that you can really color it any way you like. So if you have a bit of food coloring, you can put a drop in of, let's say, green, and then you could have Slytherin themed ones, which is quite cool. So maybe if you like the Malfoys, there could be green and silver, for example, or a Gryffindor one that's red with yellow sprinkles. So it's really quite versatile. I'm just gonna have a look at the white chocolate, whether it's done. And this looks great. I'm just gonna get something to stir it. So we can see, yeah, that's definitely nice and liquid. That looks delicious. So I wouldn't leave the chocolate in the microwave for too long because it can burn easily. So I would always put it on maximum half a minute and then check. And then usually with stirring, it already becomes quite liquid. So that looks good. I'm going to do the white chocolate first so you can see how it works. It's still a bit lumpy, but it's okay. Just stirring it a bit, make it a bit smoother. Okay. So you can see I put this in a small glass, and the reason for this is that it will be easier to actually coat the pretzel sticks. So now I can take a pretzel stick and just sort of hold the glass at an angle. Unless the chocolate reaches all the way to the top, then you don't need that, but it didn't put that much chocolate in because I didn't want to have so much left over. And now you can see that it's really nice, thickly coated with white chocolate. And I'm just gonna put that down. I've got a bit of baking paper here, and you can actually use anything, sort of any non-stick surface for this, just to have it dry. So for example, if you have a cutting board that's glass or polished granite, for example, that would work as well. So this looks great. I'm just going to do a few, and then I can put a bit of decoration on, and then I'm going to melt the dark chocolate. Oh, that looks lovely. I can't wait for these to be done. Delicious. I mean, can you imagine making some of these for your friends? They're just going to be over the moon because they're so good. Okay, so I'm going to put the dark chocolate in, and then these babes can get decorated. 1 second. Okay, so the dark chocolate is gonna take a bit longer, so I'm just gonna start on this now. I have the feeling that Umbridge, for example, would really like pink, so I'm gonna do a bit of that. It doesn't really need a lot of decoration, especially with these big elements. Oh, I'm not very good at hitting my targets, but that doesn't matter, it's gonna stick to it later anyway. Whoa, okay. Well, you get the drift. So we're going to stick to it rather nicely later once it's dried. Make sure you dry your chocolate in a room that isn't warmer than 25 degrees. And if it's warmer than that, then maybe just put it in the fridge, not for too long, because chocolate will go grey, at least dark chocolate, if you leave it in the fridge for too long. But, you know, just until it's sort of hardened up. There we go. Oh, these look great. Looks like something the Weasleys would like as well. There we go. Let me have a look at the dark chocolate. Alright. This looks like... it still needs a little bit, I reckon. But it's better to check in between and then take it out and stir it a bit, so the bottom doesn't actually stick to the glass. I mean, yeah, it's one of the disadvantages of microwaving it. You sort of have to make sure that it doesn't actually get too hot. Another way of heating up your chocolate would be the traditional way, which is to put it in a bowl like this, like a heat-resistant bowl or a little pot. Put that in a bigger pot full of hot water and then let it slowly melt like that. But yeah, I'm lazy, so I usually prefer the microwave. Also gets less things dirty, so I'm just going to put it in for a few more seconds. Alright, so these can get a little more coconut on them. That's very nice. And yeah, I think they're just a really good snack when you're having, well, for yourself, of course, as well, while reading the books, or when you're having a Harry Potter viewing party with friends, which is what I do sometimes, or when you just want to give a little gift to a friend, because it's a really nice snack. And you can sort of arrange them in a little... So what I do is I keep my jam jars and I wash them out, and then you can put them in there and put a little ribbon around them, and then it just looks really pretty with all these colors. It's quite a nice Christmas thing as well, but also for every day, because wands and magic are for every day. Okay, let me look at the chocolates. Alright, this is very hot now, but also very melted, so that's great. So I can start with some dark ones. Wah. I am a very messy baker, so never mind. I'm sure you can do it a lot better than me. And if you have any better ideas to get the chocolate over the pretzel sticks, please tell me in the comments. I just do it like this because it was the first thing that came to my mind, and I didn't want to waste so much chocolate, so using a tall glass was basically my option to choose. Okay, now this looks delicious. Also, I saw some jumbo pretzel sticks in the shop earlier, which would be basically a Hagrid size, like huge one, almost like breadsticks you would get at restaurants. So that would be another fun thing to do, I think. So really, in terms of wands, there's very little that you can't do with these. I'm gonna put some more coconut on them. Delicious. So these just have to dry now, and I hope you have a fun time making these, and be careful, because every time I make these I eat them within a few minutes. So I gotta be really careful how many I make, because it doesn't matter how many I make, I will eat all of them instantly. These are dry now, and as I said, there's a little jar here. It's just a jam jar that I've cleaned, and I've attached a ribbon to it and a little feather, so it looks quite nice, you know, for if you wanna give those ones as gifts to someone. And now I'm just gonna put that aside, and now you can carefully lift them off the paper and put them in the jar. Whoa. So white chocolate, it looks like, takes a little bit longer to dry. That's because white chocolate actually doesn't contain any cocoa solids, it just contains cocoa butter. So it doesn't harden as quickly, but that also means it melts a lot quicker. So let's see, a few more. Obviously you can do a lot more than these. I just did a few to demonstrate. That's already looking really delicious. Okay, I'm not going to put any more in now, because it already looks kind of crowded in there. Look how beautiful. So I think this is a really nice thing to do. And you could even put them on the table like this. You don't really, it doesn't have to be a present or anything. And then you can eat them. Bon appetit!